The market is changing, and especially in 2026, you are seeing a shift that's happening that is going to change everything for you. It means the business you have today may not be the same business you have at the end of 2026, let alone 2 or 3 years from now. It's important to understand that the business you have now, if it is not looking at the future of this industry and you're not looking for little niches to slide into that you know will be profitable, what you're doing will be dead. Now, we're going to talk about information overload. We're going to talk about trust recession. We're going to talk about behavior changes. We want to understand if you have cracks and you don't want to admit you're seeing cracks, here's how you tell. You're saying to yourself, I wonder if I'm going to get as many people in my cohort next launch. I'm worried that I might not get as many responses. It's interesting that I've slowed down a little bit. These are all key words telling you, pay attention. There's a change on the horizon, and if you're not, you're going to be lost to it. I think that's really important. Now, let's talk about information overload. We are in an age of AI. We use AI for everything, and the prediction models that I run are actually talking about how AI is going to be everywhere. I know Elon Musk actually made a comment about the cell phones that we use. He predicts that the phones won't even have an operating system, just an AI bot. You tell the AI what you want and it goes out and gets it all. AI is changing our game as online service providers. A lot of us have built our business out of a craft that we know. We're good at something, so we're going to sell it. If you are teaching somebody how to get DMs in LinkedIn, that's going away. Or if you have your whole courses around how to create Facebook groups, that's going out too. I can just ask that question and have it step by step teach me how to do it. So if you're just selling a craft of information of something you learn and chat can tell you exactly how to do it, then your business is going to fail. Now, on the other side, for people that you can help, because there's this information overload that people actually don't know what to do with so much information, I can actually go and find Russell Brunson's full how to create a funnel, Jasmine Starr's plan, Colin Boyd's sell from stage. I can find all that. Now, if I don't know how I'm doing something, I can have a lot of information, but then I might be struggling with one key aspect. And this is where the future is going. And if you really, really want to hone your business in, you have to start thinking about this. The thought is, how can I actually go from information to the next step, which people are actually going to call and reach out to me and say, I need you for this. I have all this information. Now I need you to do this. This is what I teach you when you come to the experience live in Nashville. I future-proof it. There's a framework that I go through. I actually do quantitative analysis. I read through a lot of information. I look at history. I look at the present. I look at where we're headed. I look at so many different things to figure it out. And then I look at you specifically, right? What is your business? What are you trying to sell? Where can we income jump? Because income jumping is finding the next problem to solve. So we're going to find the next problem to solve that's future-proof. Is that not cool or what? So this is where it gets really important. So now we're saying there's all this information. What can I do with them that makes me valuable again? And there's so much we could do. So that's really important when we're looking at the information overload. We have to reset ourselves as the person that they need to come to. Now, there's something going on too that's going to hurt everyone's bottom line. And I know it's already hurting a lot of people's bottom line. It is making online sales harder. That is the trust recession. You might have heard this. You might be experiencing this. It sucks. Here's what's happened. If you look at the big names, Amy Porterfield, Russell Brunson, Colin Boyd, Jenna Kutcher, these people who started this 10 to 14 years ago, it was a different market. People didn't understand what a masterclass was. People didn't understand what a webinar was. They built up their brands over these years that makes this change easy for them because they have millions of followers and they have a huge email list. So they just reposition and go. Now, for everybody else at a smaller scale relative to them, you're going to notice that's a really hard jump. You can't just weather this. The secret's out because so many people said, oh, I'm going to teach you how to do a webinar. Oh, I'm going to teach you how to create a course. Oh, I'm going to teach you how to run ads and sell it. We're all wise to it now. If you are selling to somebody who is a coach, who is an online service provider, or whatever they do, an Etsy store, however it is you're selling, they've seen it. They've been there. They understand it. They have been burned. That's the trust recession. They have been burned multiple times. I will tell you, I have probably lost $100,000 on programs that I've invested in. I had one where it was like $7,000 and the person who runs the course flat out to my face said, no, we don't work with just starters. We work with people of all levels because I'm very experienced. And I said, are you sure? And she's like, yes, I'm honestly telling you, it's going to be amazing. Well, they have no refunds. And then when I got in, she was treating me like I was a brand new person into the industry. I'm like, look, I've been an entrepreneur for 20 plus years. The last 10 to 12 years, I've sold over $100 million in sales. She just sold me to get me in. And so because people have been doing that, just because it's all about getting somebody in and making a dollar, they've been great at sales and marketing and getting people into a program, but the programs suck, or they don't know how to give a transformation, or they really have no meat to it. Their only way is just getting new people always in. And so that trust recession is true. People are hesitant. So what we have to do with the trust recession is we have to understand that this is happening and our market is shifting because of it. So I predict that in the future, we're not going to have launches like we have them today. We're not going to have ads like we have them. Ads are a whole different beast that we could talk forever on, but ads are changing too because they're getting noisier. The algorithms are making it harder. What are ads for? To make the parent company who sells the ad money, lots and lots of money. Meta is making tons of money on their ads. They're sticking ads everywhere. So how do you know they're reaching out to the right people for you? That's the problem here. So I personally have revamped my whole business, not to do ads, but to go super old school, like the way I used to do it 20 years ago, which is building trust and connection in the front end and asking for something later on in the back end. I'm not going to come to you and say, hey, do you want to come to the experience live in Nashville? Let's get you signed up. I'm teaching you. I'm training you. I'm having conversations. If you've been on my YouTube, I give you all my frameworks, everything I've done. You've seen it all. Then I want the choice to be, I really need your help, Christina. So we need to understand that if you're selling people on how to do launches and help them with launches, like you're an agency, that's going away. How are you going to fix that business? What are you going to do with that business? And I think that's really important to look at. The next one is behavioral change. People are buying based on trust and positioning, not tactics anymore. I was just looking at something before I made this video and I wanted to sign up. And it was like a 2020 sales page with so much stuff on it. Yeah, they have a great program because it's been referred to me a couple times, but I'm like, that's the crappiest page ever. Like it's all the tactics to sell me, you know, the banner flashes real fast. Here's a special offer. All this stuff is dead. We are so immune to it now. We're just like swat it away, move on. So if you're living off of tactics to sell your products, you are going to be dead in the water faster than you think. The prediction models are showing me where everything's going. A friend of mine asked me the other day, are we going to stay in a sad place? She's like, the world feels like such a sad place right now. And I ran my prediction models and I looked at everything and I analyzed it all. And I told her, I don't think we will. Based on what I'm seeing, we were in such a joyous time. There has to be a shift. But the joyous time was also mixed in with a lot of like urgency, working harder. It was all about working hard and making these decisions and making more money, being faster, better, faster, better. We're actually in a shift because of AI where we're actually going to have more time to enjoy life. That's going to be a problem for so many people, which is why I'm teaching people how to be time billionaires. They're going to say, I don't know how to enjoy my life. What do I do? I told my friend this and she was like, I don't know how to enjoy a life like that. And I go, that's going to be the problem, but it's going to be the best time of our lives. This shifting might be one of the best eras ever. So with this ebb and flow of how AI is changing it, now we're going to have this opportunity where the people who are going to make a lot of money are the ones who really know how to analyze information, how to take what AI says and spits out and can make a human connection to it, can look through and say, yes, I know what's short term. I know what's long term. I know what I can do because AI does not understand the human value on words. I do income jumping. And the way that I like to phrase it is that I help women entrepreneurs engineer the next jump before the market leaves them behind. That's how I like to say it. Originally was telling me, well, why don't you say rebuild? Okay, let's talk about rebuild. If I say to you, I'm going to help you rebuild your company before you're left behind, you're going to be like, hell no, you're not. Because the first instinct when you hear rebuild is that's a lot of freaking work. I'm not rebuilding anything. But chat and the AI models, they don't know what the word rebuild really means. We're not rebuilding. We're engineering. We're sidestepping. We're not starting over. We're taking everything you've already done and we're pulling the elements out of it. We're subtracting it. We're decreasing your employees or contractors. We're streamlining everything. We're finding a niche in the future that is going to make you so much money with ease so you can be a time billionaire. That's what this is all about. And so we're not going to rebuild, but chat and the AI bots, they don't know these words. So the humans who do know these words, they're going to get ahead. They're the ones that's going to be able to take it to the next level. So the behavior in all of this is changing, and we have to understand that. So let's talk about what you're feeling. You're feeling a little anxiety. You're noticing your sales are not where they used to be or should be. You're not seeing that gentle increase like you thought you should be seeing. You feel almost panicked when you're trying to launch. I have a friend of mine and she's doing an information session. And then she posted in comments, I'm going to tell you about how you can work with me at the end, but I'm going to give you great information for a full hour. You're going to love it. That's masterclass. That's webinar. It's the same thing over and over. We can call it whatever we want to call it. So we have to look at it creatively and say, how are we going to move forward with this? This should worry you. This should really make you concerned about where you're going. Because when we come out of this mingling, this new online market space that we're moving into as our industry, we need to understand it's different. AI has impacted it largely and will continue to impact it now. Have you thought about that? How are you going to grow your business without launching? What are the launches going to look like? Have you thought about that? I have a whole predictive model that tells me all of this and what's changing, how we can change it, what we can do, all based individually on the person who's sitting in front of me, or like at the Experience Live in Nashville, in the room that's curated just to you. Because this matters. Your income matters. How much money you make matters. I want to get you to a point where you identify as a time billionaire. This can be $100,000, $500,000. This is, how do I take what I'm doing now, amplify it to the next level, but actually get to enjoy my life? And that's where we're going, either if you're ready or not. Remember, more of what works now is not going to fix your problem. It's actually going to make it worse, and it's going to bring your demise faster. We need to understand less is more in this situation. Understanding where your business needs to go to keep it successful is key. We need to future-proof your next income jump. I feel like this is so hard because I'll talk to people and they'll say, well, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, or I'll keep listening to my coach who keeps telling me the same tactics to do again and again. I had someone tell me, yeah, my coach can do it. I'm going to tell you right now, 98% chance, no, they cannot. They don't understand what's coming. They are going to tell you to do the same tactics I just told you are not working. And you know they're not working. Why are we still doing them? We are in a new world. These don't work. AI has changed everything. So remember, start planning, start looking. The Experience Live in Nashville, the doors are open. Get your seat, come in. You're not sure? Comment below, and then we can connect further about it. This is all about trust. I want you to succeed. I want you to understand that there are only going to be a few people who make it through this. And right now it's looking like Amy Porterfield, Colin Boyd, Jenna Kutcher, who have the multi-million people following them already. They're able to move even if they lose people because they have so many. But I don't want the rest of us fail. That's not okay. I can help you. We can build something future-proof in your next income jump, but you got to do it now. Things are changing right now. And if you're not ready, you will be left behind. You will fail. It's just when. That's all it is. Question of when. So comment below on YouTube. If you're listening to this on my podcast, I will put a link in the show notes where you can get a hold of me so that we can have a conversation. Let's start and see how we can future-proof your next income jump. It's all about engineering it before the market leaves you behind. Thank you for watching today's video. I'll see you on the next video right now.